Hi dear students, in this video I am talking about hydrogen bonding and metallic bonding. This is a 16th part and last part of the chapter, chemical bonding and molecular structure. Hydrogen bonding. It is special type of dipole attraction, special type of dipole attraction between partial positive hydrogen and partial negative more electronegative atom. This bond will exist in molecules which has HF or OH or NH bonds. So that means, students, hydrogen should be covalently bonded with most electronegative atoms. Hydrogen is bonded with fluorine, hydrogen is bonded with the oxygen, or hydrogen is bonded with the nitrogen. These three cases only hydrogen bonding is possible. Bond energy is approximately 12.6 to 41.8 kilojoule per mole. Bond energy approximately 12.6 to 41.8 kilojoule per mole, and it is represented with dash line, that is a line drawn between hydrogen atom and more electronegative. It may be fluorine, oxygen or nitrogen. Students, now let us discuss about the different types of hydrogen bonding. Types of hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding is two types. One is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Other one is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding in between the molecules. For example, hydrogen fluoride, we will take hydrogen fluoride HF, so which will exist as a zigzag in nature, HF like this will exist, right? HF, hydrogen bonding is represented with the dash line in between hydrogen atom, partially positive hydrogen atom and partially negative electronegative atom. Hydrogen bonding is represented like this, right? In the water molecule, OH each oxygen can make two hydrogen bondings and each hydrogen can make one hydrogen bonding. Total one molecule of water can make four hydrogen bondings. One molecule of water can make 4H bondings. 4H bondings. Students, let us discuss about the second type of hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. H bonding within the molecule. Examples: orthonitrophenol, NO2 double bond N single bond O double bond O. There is a hydrogen bonding between hydrogen and partially positive hydrogen and negatively charged oxygen, right? Orthohydroxy benzoic acid also there is a hydrogen bonding will exist. Orthohydroxy benzoic acid, orthohydroxy benzaldehyde C double bond O H. Intramolecular, within the same molecule hydrogen bonding exists, that is called as intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Students, the isomers paranitrophenol and orthonitrophenol which has intermolecular hydrogen bonding. This is paranitrophenol which has intermolecular, within the molecules, sorry, not within the molecules, in between the molecules hydrogen bonding will exist. Whereas orthonitrophenol has intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Both the isomers can be separated by using steam distillation process. Orthonitrophenol, both the isomers can be separated by steam distillation. Here ortho isomer is steam volatile. Orthonitrophenol is steam volatile. Paranitrophenol is not a steam volatile. Students, next let us discuss about the influence of hydrogen bonding and properties of the compounds. Influence of H bonding on properties. First one is association. Due to H bonding, some of the compounds associated to form aggregates Students, example, HF will exist as polymeric nature in the solid state due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding. HF exists as polymeric in nature, that is in the solid state, due to intermolecular intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Students, we know that water also, it has high latent heat of vaporization. Because of one water molecule will make 4 hydrogen bondings, right? Then next property is melting and boiling points. Melting points and boiling points. Okay, for example, we will take hydrates of group 16. Hydrates of group 16. Boiling point order is H2O is greater than H2TE is greater than H2SE is greater than H2S, right? Water has highest boiling from the hydrates of group 16 because it is forming one molecule of water forms 4 intermolecular hydrogen bondings. Let us take the group 15 hydrates. Let us take group 15 hydrates. Group 15 hydrates. Boiling point order, and we will take a melting point order. Boiling point order is BiH3 is greater than SbH3 is greater than NH3 is greater than AsH3 is greater than PH3, right? So elements are like this down the group. This nitrogen, 15th group elements: nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, right? Down the group, as the size increases, van der Waals force of attraction increases. Then for the hydrates, expected order of boiling point is increases down the group. Ammonia should have least boiling point, but it is in the 3rd rank because of intermolecular hydrogen bonding will exist in the case of ammonia. In the case of melting points, ammonia is in the 2nd rank. BiH3, NH3, SbH3, AsH3, and then PH3. Third type of properties are solubility. Students, generally particular compounds which are able to make hydrogen bonding with the water, they are soluble in water. The compounds which are able to form H bonding with water are more soluble. For example, we will take alcohol, ROH. HOH, it is making, alcohol is making hydrogen bonding with the water. So the compounds which are able to make hydrogen bonding with the water, they are more soluble, right? As the length of alkyl group increases, solubility decreases, because alkyl group is hydrophobic in nature, right? Students, this is about the hydrogen bonding. Next, let us discuss about the metallic bonding now. Metallic bonding. Metallic bonding is explained with the help of two models. Metallic bonding is explained with the help of two models. One is free electron model, free electron model, or electron C model, electron C model, or it is also known as Lorentz model, Lorentz model. According to this model, metals generally contains kernels, positively charged kernels with the C of electrons, positively charged kernels with the C of electrons. According to this model, there is a electrostatic attraction is present between the electrons and positively charged kernels. These are known as kernels, kernel, right? So it is assumed as this bond is like ionic bond, ionic bond, and we know ionic bond is non-directional in nature. According to this model, the metallic bond is considered as ionic bond, that is a strong electrostatic attraction between positively charged kernels and the C of electrons, right? Non-directional ionic bond, this nature is like ionic bond and non-directional in nature, right? And the other model is valence bond model, valence bond model. Students, for example, if you take lithium, which has a BCC geometry, and each lithium at a body center is surrounded by 8 lithium atoms at corners. BCC geometry, lithium has BCC geometry, one at a body center, that is surrounded by 8 Li plus Li atoms at corners. There is a force of attraction between that 8 Li and 1 Li lithium which is present at body center. According to this model, there is a covalent bond is assumed between lithium atoms. We can write the resonating structure like this: Li, Li. Now in the next resonating structure, there is a bond between these two lithium atoms and these two lithium atoms, and which can be represented with the single structure like Li plus, Li minus, Li minus, Li plus, like that we can represent. According to this model, there is a covalent bond is formed between two lithium atoms. First model is called as free electron model or electron C model. Other name is Lorentz model. So according to this, metals contains kernels and with the C of electrons. There is a strong electrostatic force of attraction between the electrons and kernels, which is like ionic bond, non-directional in nature. Valence bond model, according to this, there is a covalent bond between the two atoms in the metals, right? So this is about metallic bonding, students. Thanks for watching.